From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your morning weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
Hey, good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sure hope you have a great day today. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Probably not looking at any rainfall today, but we are looking at some changes in the weather pattern here over the next several days. Let's talk about the almanac from yesterday briefly, because today is going to be very similar as we make it into the upper 70s to low 80s, and that's where we were. Didn't see any really rainfall yesterday, and I don't think we're going to see it again today. So your weather headlines: morning dense fog, afternoon sunshine, a bit on the warm side. Cold front approaches and swings through on Friday. Maybe a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms. Not a big deal, though. As we get into the weekend, it's going to be quiet and dry, but as we get into next week, another cold front will bring us perfect fall weather. If you've been longing for that beautiful fall weather, well, next week is going to be just for you. All right, here's our futurecast throughout the day today. Again, we have morning dense fog. We're going to see tons of sunshine. We'll see a few afternoon clouds building across the mountains, and notice the wind shifting from the southeast, and that's associated with a ridge of high pressure that's going to dive its way to our south and southeast and allow our next frontal boundary to come on through. So we start the morning off with 50s and 60s, patchy dense fog, sunshine, and 74 for the lunch hours. That's going to be a really nice lunch hour to enjoy the outdoors and grab a patio, grab a coworker, friend, spouse. That's going to be nice. We're all going to be in basically the low to mid 80s for the most part, going about low to mid 80s south of Interstate 40, north of Interstate 40 will likely stay right there around 80 degrees. Now our dew points are going to stay on the higher side. So our dew points are still elevated. That's why we've been having the dense fog every morning. Got a lot of low-level moisture hanging out with us associated with the rain that we've seen. Getting into the evening hours, though, it's going to be nice and comfortable. 81 degrees by 6, down to 76 by 8 o'clock here tonight. So not a big deal there. All right, so here's that ridge of high pressure I was talking about, okay? So we do have this ridge shifting its way in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. This is our steering winds, okay? So that's continuing to shift its way to the south and southeast. As it does so, that's going to put that southerly flow. Remember I said there was a southerly flow going to take shape? That puts that southerly or southeasterly, westerly, easterly, whatever, southerly flow anyways, through the atmosphere as we get into our day today and also into the day tomorrow. So here's Friday morning. There's some energy to our south and there's a trough to our north. That's going to help to push in a cold front. So watch this. Here's that energy to the south. Here's the trough ushering the cold front. And so as we head through the day on Friday, we'll see a couple showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder. We do have a little bit of low-level instability, but I don't think the cloud deck will get too vertically high because, especially today anyways. But again, a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms on Friday. Cold front zips by. It will drop our humidity a little bit, but it's not going to change our temperatures as we get into the upcoming weekend. Saturday should be just an absolutely picture-perfect day if you have any plans to be outside. I will be at Carson Newman for the football game. So we're going to be broadcasting live with Farm Bureau on Saturday, right there at noon. So join the live broadcast if you can't make it to Carson Newman. If you're going to be at Carson Newman, come say hi to me. I'll be with the Farm Bureau crew, so check that out. All right, here we go. So Saturday evening, again, as I mentioned, the air is going to dry out a little bit as we get into the upcoming weekend compared to the 60s for dew points. But there are even more changes on the way. Pick out the cold front. Here comes another cold front. This is Sunday evening. So Sunday night into Monday, this next cold front swings its way on through. As it continues to slide its way on through the area, look at how dry the air is going to become. And so that drier air filters on in, which means our low temperatures are going down. Take a look at this. Lows over the weekend are going to be in the 50s and 60s, but as we get into next week, behind the frontal boundary, low temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. We're talking about some sweater weather, my friends, at least sweatshirt weather in the morning hours. High temperatures will also come down just a bit as well. We'll highlight that in a moment. But as we look ahead through your rainfall outlook, just not a lot of rainfall in the forecast. So rainfall is going to be fairly lackluster over the next 3, 5, and 7 days. Best chance for a couple of showers would be Friday and also Sunday with the frontal boundaries. Other than that, we're trending dry, and we are trending dry over the next, quite a while as well. So temperature trends are going to be in the 80s until that cold front comes through. So not only next week are we talking high temperatures in the low 70s, we're talking low temperatures in the 40s and the 50s. That's that pocket of cooler air. We may be trending slightly below average anyways as we head through the next, though, maybe say 8 to 10, 6 to 10, 8 to 14 days out. So we'll see how that all plays out, but make sure you check back in every once in a while. By the way, for those of you heading to the Gulf Coast for fall break, here's some great news to pass along. We've been talking about this all week long, but the National Hurricane Center has now a 30% chance. So not likely that this is going to become a tropical system whatsoever. So maybe some thunderstorms along the coastal areas. Grab the umbrellas before you head off on vacation. And when you do, before you come back, check in with the East Tennessee weather app to see how the weather's playing out here. So here are your 7-day forecasts around East Tennessee. We're going to see temps in the 80s all the way through Sunday. Then next week, we are all going to see those temperatures fall into the 60s and 70s. It's going to feel absolutely amazing. I am looking forward to that myself. All right, we sure hope you have a great day. Again, sunshine, quiet, dry conditions, a chance for a couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms on our Finally Friday. Have a great day.